This is Southeast Portland, Oregon, and this is Matt, Catherine, and Soleil. And this is Harpoon House. 2,500 square feet of land. Actual footprint, 50 feet by 50 feet. 16 by 28 by 28 feet tall. 1,152 square feet of house. 704 square feet of living space. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 root cellar, 1 roof garden. 0 garages, 2 humans, and 1 cat.
A new version of the American dream is taking root. While people once sought the suburban lifestyle, sought to build their empire outside of the city, they're now moving back into the city. For the first time in nearly 9 decades, cities are growing at a faster rate than the suburbs. It's quite astonishing.
In the past, people have been prioritizing quantity over quality. In the future, really, we're going to need to be focusing more on how do we build quality of life.
Both Matt and Catherine grew up in the subdivisions. And while Matt was busy designing and building the cities of the future with his Legos, Catherine was busy reimagining life in the city, away from the nowhere-to-go, nothing-to-do subdivisions of Salem, Oregon. Many years later, it was here, outside this music venue in Southeast Portland, when Matt and Catherine were introduced by a mutual friend. Matt's now an architect, and Catherine is a multidisciplinary designer. It didn't take long for the two of them to hit it off and begin building a future together.
With Harpoon House, the most important thing for me was that we had a house that was really wonderful to live in. Spaces that function well, that feel great, that can adapt with us as our needs change over the years. All the rooms at Harpoon House have lots of natural light. They're very open, high ceilings. We have built-in features, built-in bookcases, a loft that tucks away. So even within one space, there are many different ways to engage with that space.
Matt has always been fascinated by wild spaces and wildlife. And so figuring out a way to incorporate that into his daily life was something he addressed early on.
A lot of the outdoor, we kind of treat it as, you know, a second set of rooms. So in a sense, our house expands and contracts with the seasons. In the summer, we're spending a lot of time outside, and those become our primary living spaces. And then in the winter, we kind of nest back into the cozy little space of our living room.
When building the house, we had the choice to put traditional roofing or plants, so of course we chose plants. It's a great place to eat dinner, to grab a glass of wine after work, to watch the sunset, to hang out and look at the trees in the fall when they change colors.
And so Harpoon House was designed to encourage a fluid relationship between indoor and outdoor living. And yes, it does rain a lot in Oregon, but for the record, Portland's average yearly rainfall is less than that of Seattle, Houston, and New York.
People need to critically think about what's important to their lifestyle. One of the nice things about Harpoon House is that we just sort of stripped away stuff that we knew we didn't need. We're more comfortable than a lot of people relying on, you know, the neighborhood around us, and that's become an extension of our home.
Whether it is sharing her root vegetables with the neighbors or organizing the Harpoon House ice cream brunch, since leaving the suburbs, Catherine has always enjoyed the kind of community that city living brings. Harpoon House was granted LEED Platinum certification. But for Matt and Catherine, it's not so much the certification that matters. Sustainability is more than greenwashed interiors and a handful of expensive eco-gadgets.
People understand, oh, solar panels, that's a really eco-friendly thing to add to your project, but what doesn't get talked about is if you build a house that's 1/4 the size of your neighbor's house, you've just saved so much material and you consume less resources operating your house. That change is so much more profound than any eco-friendly tack-on that you can put on your house. In general, the industry has a really long way to go before they really reward people building sustainably.
And this is really one of the big hang-ups for making serious progress, is making sure that sustainability is given a value. If you can start incentivizing this kind of construction, then a lot more is going to be built in a sustainable and environmentally friendly way.
I think a project like Harpoon House proves that green building doesn't mean that your budget is going to skyrocket, or it doesn't mean that you're depriving yourself of a really great feature in your house. To the converse, it actually can make a better house that's more fun to live in.
As for the future of Harpoon House, that has already been determined. Just last year, Harpoon House's third resident member came into being. Amara Ray was born just a block away at a neighborhood birthing center. To accommodate the new baby, Matt and Catherine are planning an addition.